Hello, fellow cinephiles, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Talk Film to Me podcast, where we talk about films in Kenya and beyond. I'm your host, Nkatha. Let's talk film.
Yeah.
Today, we are going to be talking about something that is so close to home. Not so close to home. Something from home. Family Vacation. Family Vacation it premiered on August 9th, if I'm not wrong. It's on Netflix. So if you haven't watched it, you can pause, go watch it, then come back, watch this or listen to this, depending on where you are listening or watching this from. So this film is produced by Alfajiri Productions. The producer is Sarah Hassan herself, who stars in the film. Um, do I have anything against that? Honestly, no. No, maybe no. I mean, you could give the opportunity to someone else, but as a producer, you definitely want what's best for your film. However, if you do it over a couple of times, maybe then it starts raising eyebrows. Anyway, it stars Sarah Hassan, Lenana Kariba, Angel Atieno, Jackie Matubia, Joyce Maina, and Mariam Bishar. I'm not so sure. I think that's her name. Oh, and Chantel. You guys remember Chantel of Takalazaya? I think she's in this film. Um, Actually, if I look back at her performance, she's a really good actress. You guys say actor or actress? She's a really good performer, screen performer. Um. Anyway, back to the production details. This film released this year in 2024. I don't know when they shot it. I'll start with what I like about this film. It really has strong themes in it. It explores the theme of childhood trauma, marriage, social media and its effect in our lives, parenting, and relationships. Let's call it that. And motherhood, if we also to call it that, because mother wounds end up giving you childhood trauma, and that comes from bad parenting. And motherhood is a tough journey for all those who've gone through it. You know, it's not a walk in the park. So I really like this film because it has all these themes in one. It's about Yara, played by Sarah Hassan, who is married to John. John is a lawyer. Yara is an author, stroke a social media sensation. These two had their most romantic, because the film starts with a very romantic scene, had a very romantic relationship online. But now, when we get to their lives, we realize, this relationship is nothing like you all showed us online. So, Yara and John have a daughter. Is it John or John? Yara and John have a daughter, and the daughter is called. What was the name of the daughter? Oh wow, I think I've forgotten. Let me check. Found it. The daughter is called Laila. The daughter is called Laila, and hmm, we're talking about the what I like first. So Laila, if you see her, okay. No, let me just put it as it is. I wish they developed Laila's character more, because we would see how Laila was feeling about this whole daddy mommy not fighting situation, because she hmm, because Laila has this scene where she cuts herself, so that later on we find out she did it so that she could get the attention of her mom. Literally, she's been doing things to get the parents' attention. These were later on told in the film. Would I have preferred it that way? Honestly, no. I think the film had a better chance at showing us. I really wish we would have been able to see what Laila's life looked like in this ongoing fracas between the mom and dad. Because many other times where children suffer at the hands of their dad and mom, we have baby mama and baby daddy drama nowadays, and most of the time it's the child who suffers, because oh, I want to take my child, oh, I want full custody, oh sijui what, oh sijui what. This film had a very good chance of exploring that. I know these two are married, but whatever happens after separation, after divorce, honestly, it's still the same thing. Because if this person is your ex wife, they still remain your baby mama. So I feel like they had a really good chance at exploring that, um, while still maintaining the story in the film. So, another thing, I think I've already stopped explaining what the story is about because the more I talk about it, the more. Ha. So I feel I really wish they would have explored Lila's character more from her own perspective under this ongoing turmoil between the dad and the mom. I did like the performance of Sarah Hassan in the film. Yara's character literally grew. You could see from when she literally fights to keep this man, and then eventually she figures it's not worth it, we're hurting this child, and she lets go. For that, in terms of character development, the writer is on point for this character. And also for Lenana's character, John, I don't know whether it was deeply explored. I honestly don't know if I paid him that much attention. But for what Shani's character, played by Joyce Minor, again, they could have done so much better with giving this character more purpose. Because how do you explain where's this girl coming from? Why is she obsessed with John? What does she want? Save for one scene where she's the one who tells Lila, I think your mom has been using you to get views, Nini. If that Now listen, as filmmakers, if that role can be played by an extra, that role is not relevant in your film. So I really think that character was not fully developed. Another thing, the generally the picture quality is good. I should have started this review this way. To whom much is given, much is expected. Is this a verse from the Bible? Yes. I can't remember the verse. I remember it being told to me several times when I was young, and I'd be beaten for being position 2 or 3, or like sawa, I'm not number 1 or 2, but see, I'm number 4. Mbona nachapwa? Sisiko number last. So for Alfajiri Productions, people have seen your work, people have seen what you do, so we definitely expected more. In my opinion, I did expect more. So Family Vacation are those films you're like, guys, you could have done so much better. Could have done so much better. I gave it a 5 out of 10. Um, Based on the fact that these people are more experienced than other filmmakers, number one. Number two, because of the story development. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, because of the story development. Number three, the marketing. Now, I know maybe when you're rating a movie or a film, you give it a score rating because of how the film is. For me, I approach it at a more holistic standpoint, where how did you prepare for the film? How much money you had? What you did with the money you had? What was the story? How you developed it? What was your experience shooting it? And what is your experience in the industry, so that we know what to expect from you? And lastly, distribution and marketing. For distribution, honestly, they got Netflix, a global platform. I don't know if it's showing worldwide or just in Africa, but in terms of marketing, I really don't know what most people who have their films on Netflix, I don't know what your agreement with Netflix is, but I'm sure I don't know, but really we can push out our content more, because right now I don't think there's anybody talking about Family Vacation at this time. People already watched it and moved on from it. I'm the one who's stuck talking about it. Honestly, I think so. So I feel like they could have done more marketing, they could have pushed it more, they could have talked more about it. And this goes to show that most of us in production, you come up with a big budget, but you do not have a marketing budget. Now, marketing, there are very many ways to do marketing. You can decide to do offline, online, both. You can incorporate asking film reviews as myself to do it. You can go on radio stations. You can have other reviewers and in what are they called, magazines and websites and blogs, to give as much traction as possible to your work. Alternatively, if there isn't a budget or connections to do all these things, social media is free. Just get a social media strategist, a film marketing strategist, to create a social media page for you where you push out the film. And during production, get relevant marketing material that you can use for the marketing, so that even after you've already premiered and it's like post release, there's still some PR efforts going in. And most of you guys have numbers. I understand, again, also picking actors or characters who have numbers on social media is a marketing strategy. If you have that, good for you, then use it. If you're going to pay these people, I don't know, if you're going to come up with an agreement, a collaboration proposal, I don't know, just figure out something. Just don't leave the film to chance. Don't just put the film on the platform and you're done with it. So for this film, honestly, I was really disappointed, man, because most of the people in this film have numbers. They could have really pushed it out to the audience, and they are fan favorites. Do you know how much people love Sarah Hassan and Lenana Kariba and Angel? She sings on TikTok with her sibling. I follow her on TikTok. Like, they could have been able to push the numbers. Now, I don't know again whether accessibility to Netflix is something that maybe we should question, but the only way to find out is if you're pushing the content and then you find out how much you can convert. So for this one, honestly, I was very disappointed. That really disappointed me. And that is a huge chunk of the production. So for that, it took like a huge chunk of my scores. I was like, no effort at all. Just 2, 3 Instagram posts and you're done. So let us all learn from this film not to do that specific thing. But in terms of the cinematography and the directing, tick, like follow. Or like they did an amazing job. Better what they had. I don't think I have anything else to add in particular concerning this film, except as filmmakers, we really just need to do better. But if you're an audience and you really enjoyed this film, please let me know in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about it, what you thought about each character and the story. It would be good to also know what other people think about it, because I think for this film, I really thought about it critically, other than just as part of the audience watching the film. Anyway, that would be all for this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, for listening, for watching. Please share, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, on TikTok. Remember, you can find the podcast on YouTube, on Spotify, on Pocket Cast, on Apple Podcast, and everywhere. Well, on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you so much, guys. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Till next week, same time, same place. It's a wrap. Bye.